So here we have a question that's got, it's about mean, but it's one of those tricky questions where you have to do like a reverse mean. And I'll show you what I mean by that after we've read it through. Anna takes part in a series of 6 competitions. Here are the scores Anna got in 5 of the competitions. Anna needs her mean score from the 6 competitions to be 10 or more. She thinks she needs a score of at least 16 points in the next competition to have a mean score of 10 or more. Is Anna correct? So, what it's saying is that there is a mystery number here, her score on the 6th competition, and she thinks it needs to be at least 16 points so that she has a mean score of 10 or more. Now, there are different ways we could do this. We could do the reverse mean to work out exactly what that number should be, so that her mean score is 10, and then if it's a decimal we can round it up so that she's scoring 10 or more. But since we have what Anna thinks, we could just work out the mean with her guess of 16 points, and then work it out from there. So let's try it that way, because that perhaps makes more sense. So she thinks she needs a score of at least 16 points in the next competition. So let's say she did get 16. Well, what would that make her mean? Would it be 10 or more? To find out the mean, we add them up and divide by how many. You could think of it as finding the total of all of her scores and then dividing it by 6. But it's tricky because we have some negatives. And there are different ways of dealing with adding up these numbers, including the negatives. We could do this. We could do 35, and we want to add minus 6. So if we try and add 6, you can press this button that changes it from positive to a negative. So now you can see it says we're doing 35 plus minus 6. And then we can plus the 23, we can plus the 17 but make it minus because it's minus 17. We can plus the 9 and we can plus the 16 to get this number, we get 60. We then divide by 6 because there are 6. With the mean you add them up and divide by how many. There are 6 scores, so we divide by 6 and that will give her a mean of 10. So let's just run through what we've worked out and see if we've got enough information to solve the question. Anna thought she needed a score of at least 16 points. We worked out that if she gets exactly 16 points, if we include that and work out the mean of her 6 competitions, and if the last competition she gets 16, then yeah, her mean is 10 or more. It is 10, so that counts, that's fine. So actually, is Anna correct? Yes. If she got more than 16, because she did say she thinks she needs at least 16, if she gets more than 16, then her mean will be more than 10. So she thinks she needs a score of at least 16 points. If she got 16 points, her mean would be 10. So she's absolutely right, because she needed a mean score of 10. So is Anna correct? Yes. Right, part B. Use a reverse calculation to show a check of your answer. It specifically says use a reverse calculation, so sometimes there are different ways you can check, but here we're going to use a reverse calculation. We have done 2 things. We've added up a load of numbers, and then that was the first step. And then the second step, we did that 60 divided by 6. Now the 60 divided by 6, to me, is the only one that's reasonable to do a reverse calculation of, because the first one has so many steps in it, it would be super complicated. So let's just do a check of the more straightforward bit of working out. Now, as you know, for a reverse check, you start with the answer, and then you do the reverse of what you did the first time round. So we are going to start with 10, which was the answer of the part that we're checking. We divided by 6 before, so we are going to times by 6, and 10 times 6 is 60, which is what we would hope it would be, because that is the missing number from the calculation that we're trying to check. So just to run through that one quickly one more time. Let's say I wanted to check a different calculation. Let's say I had done 32 divided by 4 equals 8. Then my reverse calculation to show a check would be 8, starting with the answer, times by 4. And 8 times 4 is 8, 16, 24, 32. It is 32. So my check proves that my original calculation was correct. So that was the mean question. We didn't actually do it using the reverse mean method. We just checked her number, which was much more straightforward. We just put her number into the average to work out whether she was right about her mean being 10 or more, and she was. And then a little reverse calculation at the end. That's the question. Hope that helps.